All right, I'm on hole number 2 of the Pacific Cup tournament. I'm in the opening round of the Ricky division. Let's go to hole number 2. Hole number 2 is going to be at Koh Hong Resort. Koh Hong Resort, and it's going to be hole number 9. Hole number 9. All right, the whole goal is to get up in here. And this is your, if you go this route right here, which you can do, this is an Eagles. I mean, could you get an Albie? Maybe, but it would be absolutely pure luck. There's no like dial-in shot to get Albie. This is at best an Eagle shot. And it is a tough way to go to get Eagle. In one-on-one play, this is the only way I play this hole. But in tournament play, we want to get past this line up here. We want to get somewhere as close to that shadow as possible. If we end up in trouble here, we just put our Eagle at risk. And now we're looking at birdie. If we can get in front of this line and in the clear out here in the fairway, we have an Albie shot. And so in this tournament, the way to try and pick one up to put yourself up is to go for this Albie, is to end up out here in the clear in the fairway. I'm a real big fan on these types of holes of bringing 100% accurate stuff, because that hole up there, if you can get up there with your QB, that is big. And I'm going to bring a Viper. It's more accurate. I had that machete or that Horizon in there for a rough bump on hole number 9. A Viper. What I'd really like to bring is a Kingmaker, just to cut the wind down on the second shot. I am going to do a 10% adjustment on the first. The only 2 clubs I should need are the QB. Let me make sure. Having seconds. Make sure that is right. QB. Everything else is right. Okay. Should be QB Viper. Off we go. 10% adjustment on the drive, and I'm going to start off on the left-hand edge of the cup. So it's one shot at a time. If I get my drive right, the shot going into the cup is going to be I'm going to start on the left-hand edge of the cup, and the ball guide is lying just a titch, but I'm not going to be able to see the ball guide, so I'm going to have to extrapolate like where it would go. I wish this club had just a little bit more topspin, but it doesn't, and you can't get too far up in there. So 3.6, 10%, so that'd be 3.9. The way the wind's blowing here, I'm going to do 3.5. I'm going to do 3.6. I'm going to let that little bit of wind push me forward. I got a little bit of room right there. I'll put a little bit of curl in it just to bring it back to the fairway. Hitting it perfect. I'm trying to get up there as close to that shadow as possible. Now, I'd really like to be at the shadow, but with the topspin I have it's where it's going to end up. I can't really press the issue there. You can't put on any topspin. It doesn't matter if you bring out a bigger ball. It's just a matter of how much topspin that club has on it, and it only has three and a sliver, so I got to just deal with what I got. It'll still give me a really nice Viper shot going into the cup. So getting to the shadow is not ultimately important, but if you've got an upper developed QB, you can get a little bit farther up in that hole. The main thing is to make sure that you stay in the center of the fairway and you don't bleed off on the right, because if you put too much topspin on it and you don't have control of that ball, it'll bleed off into the rough on the right-hand side, and your SOL. I think my opponent might be SOL. I'm a big fan of bringing accurate stuff on these types of holes. Now here's the problem with the Viper is you got just a little bit more topspin would be nice, but yeah, I'm trying to go towards the cup 3-1. It's 1.7 per ring, so there's 3-4. So we're just a bit inside of 2 rings. I got to remember those numbers on my Viper because I upgraded it. It was 1.9 per ring, now it's 1.7. Hit it great to the right. It went great to the right. Real great to the right. It's hard to tell. This is the deal with low-level clubs. Everybody looks at some of the upper clubs and they're looking at power and they're looking at backspin and they're looking at, in my opinion, the wrong things on clubs. When you've got lower developed clubs, your number one goal is to give yourself a better look at stuff by picking clubs that have better ball guide. So as your clubs, people go from the rough to the rough to the rough. That's the way it works. If you want to get back in the fairway, don't press the issue. Isn't it perfect? In the hole. There are some clubs in this bag right here, even though it's got T4 clubs, my short iron, my Kingfisher, great ball guide, great accuracy. So if I can get shots where I can get them into my short iron range, where I can engage that hole with my Kingfisher, then I have just as good a shot as somebody who's got upper developed clubs. It's just getting it up into that spot. The one cool thing about this tournament is there's a lot of shots in this tournament where you can put yourself into your short iron range. And if you can put yourself in your short iron range, I've got just as good a shot. But these long shots like what I have here with the Viper, I don't have the ball guide to really feed me to the cup. Good luck in the tournament. All right. That was hole number 2. Hole number 2, the opening round in the Pacific Cup tournament. Thanks for watching.